Hey guys, it's Theo FX, or whatever, I forgot, I changed my name to it's not FX anymore, it's just Theo. Okay, I'm doing a full Blender intro tutorial, but like a really simple intro because I can't bother to make a really long one, so yeah. You need to install Blender from blender.org. I use Blender 2.77a, but there's a new version out, but I can't bother to download it again. I'm lazy. When you first open Blender, you get this like welcome page thing. You just click to the side, and you have these objects. You press A, and then A again. So you press A twice. Then you just press X and delete, and now you have nothing there. And you can use your middle mouse button to pan around the grid. Now on your numpad, you press the number 1 on your numpad, or you can go down to here and do view front. So let me show you. 1 on your numpad, or view and front, and it brings you there. And you want to press shift and A at the same time, and you'll get this like creation bar thing. You just want to click camera, and then you want to press 0 on your numpad to go into the camera, or like I said before, it's the same thing. You can be out and you can go view camera. Okay, so you want to drag this bar out a bit because you want to see more. Put this to 1280 by 720. Put this to 100%, put this to 30 FPS, shading, put this to transparent. Yeah. Okay. Now you wanna, while you have this, so you're gonna select the camera, so you have like this yellow line all around it, and then you wanna go into this tab that's just like a projector or a camera. And you want to put the focal length to 10, and then put this to about, if you go into this thing that's like a cube, object data tab, you just want to put this middle location to about -2. Okay, so now you're going to do the same thing we did before to create the camera, and we're going to create text. So shift and A at the same time, you want to click text. Now with the text selected, press RX90, and then you just want to press tab, and then backspace, and write out your name. I'm going to just call it, I'm going to put it as Theo, but you can put whatever name you want, and press tab to confirm the text change, and then go into the text tab. It's like a F, and you want to go to down here and put this to center. And then you want to go up and put the extrude to 0.1 and the depth to 0.01 and the resolution to 25. You can go up here and set geometry. So where it says set origin, put geometry to origin, and then it's in the proper center. Then you just want to click where it says regular. You just want to click this little folder here and just find font that you want to use. Let me just find a font. Yeah. So the font may make this text really small or really big. If it does, like it's made this text really small. Now press S on your keyboard, and then you can just pull your mouse out or pull your mouse back in if you want to make it smaller. So put it to about there. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna if you're in the camera view, if you just drag with your middle mouse button, it pulls you out of the camera view. So now what you want to do is, I'm actually going to put this to 0.08 or 0. Yeah, and then you want to press Shift and D at the same time, so now you have this same thing. Press right click, W, and then press E, and then you just drag in like this. So you can extrude it bigger or extrude it smaller. You can extrude it to about that. And then make the depth 1, 2, 3, 4, 0.014. So now you have 2 layers of text. I'm actually going to put the, no, not position, the letter of the offset up. Yep. Okay. Okay. I might make these both. I'll make this a bit. Okay. And then I'm gonna add. So I'm gonna press Shift A. Go to empty. And create a circle. And then we're gonna right click the camera. Hold Shift. And right click the circle that we just created. Press Control and P. And then just click at the same time, and then just click Object. So now if you select this and you move it around, so say I scaled it, or if I'll tell you the hotkeys up when we need them, but say I was just moving it around, it moves the camera as well. So you can do movements and all that. So up here, we're just going to double click this and name it Cam Control, just like that. Or anything like camera, control, camera, or anything like that. You then want to press Shift A again, empty, and click plane axis. So you have like this thing here. And then you want to select the first layer of text, and then the second layer of text at the same time, so Shift and click the next one. Then Shift and click the empty, and press Control and P again, and click Object. And then now if we select this, and if we move it, or if we rotate it, it rotates the text as well. And we can just name this text control, or anything like text, or whatever. Okay, now we need to make a light room and a material. So I'm just going to quickly save this. I'll just put tutorial file. Okay. Now you want to Shift A, Mesh, Icosphere. No, not Icosphere. UV sphere, and then press S, and then 50. So now you have this really, really big sphere around everything. And this is going to be a Lightroom, so I'm just going to quickly name it Lightroom. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Materials tab with the Lightroom selected. Materials tab, which is like this little lens thing. And I'm going to click New, and I'm just going to bring this up to 1. And then I'm going to check transparency, put it to mask, and put the alpha. I think I can leave it at that. Now I'm going to put the emit here to 7.4. With messing around, I found that that's quite a good setting. So yeah. Okay, I found this is quite a good setting. So now I'm going to quickly add a material to this outer text. So I'm going to select the outer text. See, I've selected it here. Go back in the camera view. Remember that's the 0 numpad or down here. I'm going to add a material again. I'm going to check mirror down here. And I'm just going to make this a bit darker just so it's easier to see it in the 3D view. I'm going to put the reflectivity to 0.2. I'm just going to put this a bit darker. So, yep. Now if we select the Lightroom, yeah, I need to put the alpha on this to 0. Remember, I'm currently selected the Lightroom. See, you know to see that the Lightroom is selected. And now, if you go down here, solid rendered. You can see what it looks like. I'm going to add a texture to the Lightroom. So the Lightroom selected, go into this tab here and click new and make it marble. Yep, there we go. So this looks weird at first, but you want to put the coordinates, oh wait, no, we're going to put the size up, like so, put this down a bit, yeah, and then we're going to go to coordinates, put this to generated, and this to sphere, and then we're going to uncheck color, and check emit. Now, you see now we have this nice, sort of glossy matte, and we can put this to black. Go back into solid view, and what we're going to do is we're going to click up here next to the Lightroom. We're going to click the eyeball and the mouse, so you can't click on it and you can't see it. It just helps so it doesn't get in your way. So we're going to select this again. Just go into front view this time. We're going to add a texture to this material. So I'm going to go to so I've made this mirror material like I just showed you a bit earlier. I'm going to go to texture, click new, and then I'm going to leave it as image or movie. And now I'm going to click open, and find an image, something like this, like a stony texture. I might use this stone like that, and then generated, cube. So you need, now we want to put the coordinates for generated and cube. I'm going to make the Lightroom visible again, so that when we go into rendered view, we can see the material. Because see, if the Lightroom isn't visible, it goes all black. Now, check mirror, and I'm just going to drag this down a bit. Like there. I'm going to check normal. Yeah, okay. 0.01, you want to set that to. Or 0.1. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to add a second texture. New. Open. And I'm going to find, I'm just going to use this grunge texture. Generated. Cube. And then check mirror. But see, it shows the exact texture, so just drag the mirror down so it's not as strong, but it's still a bit mirrored. Yeah, like this. Yep. And then, why is it like this? Oh. 0.007. No. That's way too high. I'm going to put it to 0.02. Yeah, that's good. And then I'm going to put the mirror up a bit. I'll make this put 0.015. Yeah, okay, that's good. So now we have this nice matte here. Now we're going to select this black area. And we're going to go back into the materials tab. Add a new material. And I'm actually just going to make this blue. I should make this a blue intro. This doesn't actually change the color of the text, as you can see. It just shows the text color in the 3D view, so it's easier to realize which colors the inside and outside. So now I want to do the exact same thing. So click mirror, 0.2. Make this blue. Yep, that's good. And then I'm actually going to make the extra bigger. So W and E, and I'm going to make it. Yeah, that's good. Yep. No. Oh god, what am I doing? Alright. Okay, so then that's all we have for this, and then we'll go into the textures tab, add a new texture, and I think I'm going to add textures, this texture here. Looks really cool when we add all these settings. So generated cube, excuse me, mirror, and then you're just gonna drag this down. Maybe up a bit. Yeah, that's yeah, that's good. Normal, and we want to 0.008. Yeah, and then if you put the scale to 0.1, that goes. Yeah, put the scale up, so point it to 3. There we go. See, it looks really cool. And I'm also going to add the same texture that we had for the other thing. What's it called? Texture.002. Okay. Texture.002, just to add a bit of proper texture to it, like more of this. It looks better in my opinion. Put this down. Yeah, I'm gonna put this down even more. Yeah, that's good. I'm just gonna put this back to black. And I think I'm gonna make the intro not blue because everyone's intros are blue nowadays. So I'm gonna make it, you know, green, pink. I'll make it green, but make this darker. Yeah. Oh, and I need to make this one green as well. Gonna give it another file. Another save. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm gonna make the Lightroom. Click the eyeball and the mouse again, so you can't see. Now I'm gonna put this end to 300, not 3000, 300. And I'm gonna just scroll out using the middle mouse button, just scrolling, and drag across using the middle mouse button as well, holding it down and just scrolling the mouse. I'm gonna drag this up a bit. Yep. And now I'm gonna go to this little corner here, and drag upwards to about here. Change this to the video sequence editor. Click add sound, and then you just find one of your songs that you would like to use. If you want to use the exact same song as I am, just to follow along exactly, just use I'll tell you what the song is called when I find it. Yeah, it's here somewhere. Yes, Major Lazer 2 Original Cream Remix is the song that I'm using. So if you press N on your keyboard, it will drag out this side thing. Sorry, I just woke up, so I'm really tired. Hit draw waveform, so you have all this now. And if you play it, you'll hear the beginning of the song, but you want to make it so you can hear the drop or the part that you want to use as an intro. So you want to hold the middle mouse button and drag, hold the right click and drag the song, and just play it at different parts when you think the drop might be coming. And I think the drop is here, so I'm going to put this about here. Okay, so I've got the song I want to use. So, whilst it's playing, I'm going to press, or I can go to these things where you can see the waveform is higher, and I can set markers. So here, I'm going to press M over the timeline, so see. Yeah. M. Or that's one way to do it, looking at the waveform, or which is how I do it most of the time, is just ear it, like listen to it and just press the markers when I hear a beat like this. Okay, now you've got your song and set all of your markers. You want to go out of the video sequence ender, you want to go to the dope sheet. Okay, so you want to select this, the text control, and you want to go to the keyframe where the drop is. So, or go to the marker, I should say. And now, wait. You want to put to about there, and you're down here where there's like two keys. You want to set this to lock rot scale, and now you want to press I on your keyboard and it sets keyframe. And now if you want to go back to the beginning, so you could just click this or you could just drag this back to the beginning. You want to go like this, drag it back about this much. And then if you want to press A to deselect all these keyframes and watch it. Yeah, okay, now go to the middle, so about this far, and press I again, and just press G, and just drag it to about here. Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go 5 keyframes and drop it there. See, now we have this in a text. Okay, now we're going to go to the place where we want where we want the next animation. So I want it about here on these 4 beats. I want to have a different movements on these 4 beats, and then these I just want to be sync. So I'm going to ignore these for the time being. So here I'm going to go 6 keyframes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to rotate. Oh yeah, if you're wondering how I'm rotating text, it's R plus X, and then it's rotating on the X-axis. So I'm going to rotate this about this far. So now we have this. Okay, I'm just going to check how long we've actually been going, because I feel like this is going to be a really long tutorial. 23 minutes. Oh god, we haven't even... Okay, this is going to be a long tutorial. I'm just going to... Okay, yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to go to here and just rotate it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to rotate it up so you see it moves after the beat. I'm going to go here, rotate it back so it's back upright. I'm going to drag this keyframe one more to the right. It's both of them, so it's a bit faster. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from here. I'm just going to rotate this back up. I've ignored these because I want something to happen, a movement to happen, but a movement that doesn't involve any text animation. I'm going to rotate this a full 360. Yeah, that's a bit fast, so I'm going to drag this back. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Go back to this, and then I'm going to rotate this again. So I'm going to go to about here, and I'm going to rotate this like normal. I'm going to rotate it to about there. And then 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go 3 keyframes, and then I'm going to put this back up, so it's, and then put this to here, and put this to just like this. And then at the end, I'm just going to make it go like normal. Okay, this might be, you don't have to do this, because it might be confusing to less experienced people in Blender, but if you change this to the graph editor, you see this looks confusing at first. You want to click normalize down here, and then you want to drag this down and click the eyeball on everything except for X ULO rotation, like so. And then I'm just going to zoom out and drag this to the side, and this little black dot down here, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to drag it out to the side to make it, yep. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, to about this. That's good. Well, I might go a bit more. Okay, like this. So now I'm just going to take this dot here, and I'm going to make it a bit more of a curve. So here, so it's more smooth and curved. See where it's like, it's sort of like a sideways S, sort of like an S. I'm going to grab this dot, I'm going to bring it to about there. Select this dot, and I'm going to drag this to, this needs to be less of a curve. So see, it's like curved instead of an S, and you just want to do this for every place. So here, just going to make this more of a curve. Here, I'm going to make this a curve. I'm going to drag this to about there. Drag this to about there. Okay. Drag this like this. Yeah. And now if we watch it, it looks a lot better and smoother. See, it's a lot smoother. So if you go back into the dope sheet, I'm just going to save this. Oh yeah, if you're wondering how I'm saving, I'm pressing Command and S at the same time, and then just clicking. Or you can go up here and do File, Save. So, now, I'm going to select this camera control. I'm going to go to this frame here. And I'm just going to, I just scaled it out a bit, and I'm going to press R, and then R again, so it rotates freely around here. And then I just pressed Escape to cancel that. So I'm going to go into the Object Data tab. I'm going to put the camera, I want the camera on the first beat to be about there. And scaling outwards. So, and I'm going to put this Y rotation to 0, because I don't want any rotation on Y for the camera control, because that's what we're going to do with the camera, we're going to rotate it. So I'm going to scale this out. So now we have this. Go back, like we did the text animation, go to the middle, press I, and press G, and drag it onto the same position you did with the text animation. So if, I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go to the keyframe, I'm going to scale in, and press I. So if you watch it, I'm actually going to change this to down here. I'm gonna drag this keyframe back to 0. Let's get out and rotate it back to about there. I'm going to rotate this back to about there. No. And scale it in. Yep. Put this back to 0. Rotate this to about there and scale it in a bit more. This to 0. Press I. Rotate this and scale out. Okay, let me just check how long we're going for now. 31 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to have to rush through lots of other stuff. Okay. Okay, sorry for not speaking much. It's basically the same. You just think of, mess around with stuff, try around, and find something that you like, and animate it like I'm doing now. I'm actually going to scale it down to see just the side here. I'm actually going to clear these keyframes. Okay, so now on this last movement, I'm just going to make it go like this. Wait, I'm just going to see. Okay, no, that's the wrong way. So I'm going to scale it in, rotate it so it goes all the way around, so back to 0. Rotate it like so. Yep. Oh no, that was the wrong way. Oops. So I'm going to scale it in and rotate it this way, like so. Just going to scale it in really far. Yeah. But with this, we're actually going to make these animations, so we're going to go into the text tab. Going to set keyframe on the letter for both texts. Go to about here, put this to 1.2. So keyframe. No, 1.2, not 2.3. Go to here. I'm actually going to make it so it's out, so you can't see it. 1.8. And then we're going to go to the end and make it a lot farther. 5. I'm actually going to make this a bit further, so 3. No, 2. Yeah, 2. Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth the camera animation, because you see, only on the Z axis, because you see here it goes and then it stops going on the Z axis and then goes back again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth that out. So I'm going to do the same thing we did before, but make it so the only thing visible is the Z ULU rotation. So I'm actually just going to smooth this all out, like I showed you before. Yeah, it's the exact same way, nothing is changed, so I'm just going to drag this. Look at that, yes. This is a weird one. Like that. Yeah. Up here. That's too much of a curve. There we go. Anything down here? I'll just make this a bit more curve. Okay. So now we have this. I'm actually going to scale this out more. Yeah, you see it's a lot smoother now. Okay, I'm going to go back into the dope sheet and I'm going to select the camera, and I'm just going to put this about to there. I'm going to go to the very end where these keyframes are, rotate it a full circle and maybe a bit more than a full circle. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to go to the middle. I drag this keyframe over here. So now we have this. Like that. Now I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go to there, and then, yep, like this. I'm pressing R, just R, to rotate around, like this. Just about there. I want to rotate it for like this. And this needs to be. No. Sorry if I'm rushing through this really quickly. I just. This shouldn't be so strong. Yeah, so now we have this. Now we're going to go back into the graph editor, because that's text animation. I mean, camera animation is pretty much done. So now I'm just going to smooth it out in the exact same way as we always did. So Yep. Okay, I don't even know if this tutorial is worth it, because I don't know if this is going to look good. Okay. Yep, like so. Drag this up to make more of a curve. Drag this up to make more of a curve. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, okay, that's good. Let's watch it. Make this a bit longer. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make splines. This is the way I make splines, and it's pretty easy. You're going to press Shift A, curve, path, and I'm going to drag it back to about here, and up to about there. Press Tab, so like this. Press E, the letter E, and you can just move your mouse out, and then click. So now if you go out of Tab, you can see you've got this movement here. So I'm just going to do that to make a shape way around for our spline. So press E, click after decently small movements, so like I'm doing now. So now we have this. I'm going to make this like this. I'm going to drag this one up, this one down a bit, and this one up a bit, like so. So now we have this nice sort of shape here. So I'm going to press Shift and A again, curve, circle. I'm just going to drag it all the way up here and scale it down quite far to like there. Select the path again, go into this curve tab, bevel object, and select the Bezier circle that we just made. Get it down a bit more. So now we're going to make another path and drag it all the way over here. Now we're going to select this and taper object, NURBS path. And we're going to select this path, press Tab, select the end point, and select the middle point, I should say, and move it down this way. Yes. And then we're going to select this point and move it down there, and this point we're going to move on that. So now we have this. So we're going to go to the very beginning, put start and end to 0, press on the start, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames, and set end, and keyframe end. We're going to go to the very end, and set the end to, we're going to go 10 frames back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, set the start to 1, and then back to the end, and set the end to 1, like so. Now we're going to give this one of the materials. I'm going to give this the stone material. Oh no, that's the green material. The stone material. And press Shift D, right click, RX 180. So now it's all the way over here. I'm just going to drag this location to there. And I'm going to leave the material on. So it's like this. I'm actually going to move this down so it's down here. Yep, that's good. Well, Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to do Shift D, right click, RX90, and I'm going to set this to the green material. Now I'm just going to drag this material, this one across. Yeah, and I'm going to Shift D, RX180, and I'm going to leave the material on it again. So now we're going to drag it so it's like this. So now we'll have these really cool splines. Oh, we're going to select the circle here, press H. I'm also going to select this path and press H. So now we can't see them, but they're still there. Now if we watch it, yeah, it's some really nice splines there. So now we're going to make smoke and particles. So we're going to go up here, scene, press this and click copy settings. If we go into front view, remember we're pressing 1 on our numpad, we can just drag this down. So just pan around it. You can name this smoke particles. Now I'm just going to show you simple ones, nothing special or anything. Okay, let me recheck. How long have we been for again? 47 minutes. Okay, we need to. This looks like it will be an hour tutorial, maybe even longer. Rip my internet when I try to upload this. Okay. Shift A, mesh, UV sphere, and I'm gonna get up to about there. So now, press this, add modifier, subdivision surface, put this to 2, apply. Add modifier, displace, new, and then go into the text tab and add clouds. So now we're going to copy this twice. We're going to put this mid-level to 0, and this to 1. I'm going to put the strength to 1.2 and 0.8. Now we're going to add a new material, halo, so if you go into the front view, I'm going to put this to, use this, 0.01, and put the hardness to 30. So if you go into rendered view, yeah, and if we let's set this to shading sky. So now it's like this, but I think I did this the wrong way around. This to 1 and this to 0. Yes, that was it. And now we're going to make this to about 1. Yeah, it's a 0.8. Yeah, I'll actually go 1. Yeah, that's a decent smoke. It's a bit darker grey. Yes, like this. And then I'll add another UV sphere, but this time I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to go to modifiers and straight away add a displace and select the clouds texture that we made from before. So with this, copy it twice again, put this to 1, put this to, actually, no, we don't need to do this. We can just leave out this. We can just mess with this a bit. So this, oh, we can copy it another time, like that. I'm going to add material, halo, go to front view. If we go into rendered view, see we have this now. I'm going to just make this green, so then like that. So now with these green particles, I'm going to set the hardness all the way as high as it will go, which is 127. So let's go back to solid view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the scene here. Well, I'm actually going to mess around with this a bit. Let's get this up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go to the scene, go into camera view, and now I'm actually going to add shake. Say this. So, front view, add a empty sphere, and then name it shake. Oops, caps. Then keyframe, so hold your mouse over this and press I, and drag this back up and go to the graph editor. Pseudo rotation, set the add modifier noise 20, 0.3, and I'm going to drag this up a bit. Press this to copy the modifier, go to Z, paste. Put the phase up, and this up a bit more. And then we're going to paste it into the Y rotation, put this up a bit, to about 0.6, drag this down, put this down. So now we have it shaking here. I'm going to select the camera, object constraint, child of, and then set this to shake. Uncheck all of these and uncheck all of these. So now if we put the influence to 1, see the camera is shaking. So we're going to go to the beat here, 2 keyframes back, set the influence to 0, so set the keyframe, 1, 2, like this. So now it's like this. Go to here, select this bottom dot, press the letter T, and then you can select linear. Here, select T, sinusoidal, and then click ease out. Now you're going to press Shift and D, and then just drag across, and put this on every marker. Okay. The next marker down here. Put the influence to 0 at the very end. So yeah. Okay, dope sheet. I'm gonna select the shake and press H to hide it. And now we're gonna save this. And go to the beats where we want it to pump. So zoom in. I'm going to set keyframe on the focal length. So I'm going to go 1 frame back, set keyframe. I'm just going to make sure I have no other keyframe selected. Okay. I'm going to set this to about 14. Yeah, copy paste this to all the other sync beats. Put this there, put this back to 10. Yeah, we're going to change the shake afterwards. Oh. Okay, we're going to have to mess with some of the shake afterwards. Now we're just going to go back to graph it with the shake selected, and we're just going to change some of this. We could try bouncing, but I'm not sure how that would look. Yeah, I'm going to try bouncing. So I'm going to clear these keyframes, right clicking. So I'm going to set a keyframe at this 60. So graph editor. Set a keyframe at 66 and then set keyframe at the next frame. So you have these two keyframes here. And then in the middle, set another, so put this back, so it's like 6, or no, 4, 7. So now I have this. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to put this to quadratic, and then ease out, no, cubic, I believe. Cubic, ease out, cubic, ease out, and then just set this to cubic. Oh no, I don't believe this needs an ease out. Ease in and out, and then this needs an ease out. No, I was wrong. No, ease out. Never mind, I was wrong. Okay, this needs ease out. Ease in and out. Okay. Now I'm going to select these two keyframes. Just make sure that these are the only keyframes we selected in the dope sheet. I'm going to go to this and copy, paste it. So you have this. No, we're just going to go with what we had before. So, sorry, I'm just wasting this time. Sorry about that. So I'm actually going to move these keyframes one. I'm actually going to put these keyframes on here as well. Okay, so now we have a nice animation which we are going to use. Now we're gonna go, we can drag this back down. Now we're gonna drag this down and go to compositing. We're gonna check use nodes, and we're gonna go to the camera in the 3D view. I'm gonna go across to about there. So now we're gonna drag. Save shape. So if I click render image, it'll render this out. See, and it's just this. So drag this, and you're probably wondering where's the smoke that we made. So you want to make an alpha over. So if you press Shift A and then click search, and search alpha over, drag this to the bottom, and then Shift D this, and make smoke and particles, and drag this to there. So now if we render this, oh wait. So now what we have to do is I'm going to quickly make this the outliner so I can select the shake. Now I'll make this back to the properties. So now with this shake, we're going to right click the camera, shift click the empty, and then shift click the shake. Press Control and L and smoke particles. Now we can hide the shake again. Now if we render, click the little camera here and it'll render this. See now. So now we have this. It's okay, it's okay. But what we're going to do is over here, I'm going to add a mix. Just drop it on the line here. Multiply. And then box mask. So I'm going to put the width to 1.1 and the height to 0.45. So now we have this. If we multiply, Shift D and drag it over here. Blur. Fast Gaussian 400 and 200. And we're gonna ellipse mask 0.8, 0.8, and 0.5. So now we have this, and now we're also going to add this sort of edge softness. So blur, check relative, 0.35. And now we're going to add an invert node, and connect that to there, and connect that to there. So now we're going to select all of these, and I'm going to press Control G to make it a group, and we're just going to drag this group all the way over there, and name it black bars plus vignette. Okay, so now I'm going to do something to hit. So I'm going to add an RGB curves and make it this up there, and then drag a second dot down here. Yeah, that's better. And if we add a color balance, I'm actually going to make it a bit more green, or we could set it to actual green and make it darker. Alright, I'm just going to leave this at grey. Yeah, and we'll add a filter, drop it in there, set it to Kirsch, and just drag this down a lot to 0.1 around. If we drag this up, yeah, it's about to that. Yes, okay. Now we're going to go over here, Shift A, color correction. Drag this out a bit. So we want to connect this alpha to the mask. So we're going to drag this up to 4. That's how does it go? And then we're going to drag this down to there. Then we're going to put this back to 1. Then we're going to put this to 0. Put this down to there. Put this back to 1. And then I'm going to drag this up to about 2.5. This up to about 1.6, and this down. Over. Add the lift to about 0.17, something around there, and then add the mask saturation, put like so, this like so, and this to about 1.5. And now we're gonna add a bit of contrast as well. There we go. So good. And now, okay. So now we have this, and now I'm going to add some glare to it. So we're going to put mix, add, glare, connect these two. Oh, I don't need to do that. Connect this, connect this. Fog glow, threshold to 0, size to 9. Yes, okay. Color balance, green, okay, green. Yeah, okay. I think I might make this red actually. So I'm going to add a hue saturation value and just mess with the hue till I get a red color, because I can't bother to change all the materials again. But it's easier when you can just... Well, we could also find a nice blue colour within this, but I'm not sure. Pink. Oh, we're getting to the yellow, so I'm assuming red is further down this way. Yes, okay. I might go with something up here, however. I'll just go with a nice blue at 0.8. Yeah, I know I didn't want to originally make this blue, but we're making it blue now. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, put this to dark. Quite dark. A bit lighter than that. Put this up. Yeah. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add a next scene. Copy settings. Particles. Go into the smoke particle scene. We're going to select these particles, Control L to the particle scene, and we're going to delete them from this scene, and we're just going to call this smoke. Yeah. And if we go into the particles, we have particles here. And now we're going to have to link this again. So shift click all these, Control L, particles, and we can hide this again. So if we go back into compositing and we render this image, we can put this up to about 0.6. Now I think it will look, yeah, there's no particles here, so we put this a bit lighter, a bit even more lighter. Yeah, okay, that's good. And now we're gonna add make this particles, yes, like this, add a mix, drop it here, set it to add, connect it to here. Render this. Yeah, and I'm going to add a glare. And I'm going to make the color balance just to make it even bluer. But yep, I think that looks good. But I think we need less particles, so I'm going to see if I can get less in the middle, like so. Particles, I'm going to put this to 1, then scale this up. No, I'm going to put it to 0 and then scale it up even more. Yeah, okay, I'll go with this. Just check Skype. Alright, so now we have this nice scene here. Oh, we've got to do this. If we go into the default view, set this to AV sync. Go back into compositing. So now if we go back to the scene here. So I have an effect which I want to use. So I'm going to add a translate. No, not cut. Translate. Set this to both axes. And add a scale. Yep. Select both of them. Control G. And now we're going to select a second output. So this is like circle. Click it and connect it both like this. And we're going to just name this scale. And we're going to call the notebook window effect. Yep. And if you put this to 0.4, you see how it will look. Yeah, see? Looks good. So put this back to 1. One, two, three, 4. I want it to go here, so 0.4, and then 0.35. Put that up here, and put this back to 1. I actually want it to change colour here, so I'm going to go 1 frame backwards, set a keyframe here, and drag this to about 0.3, which I think is like a pink. Oh, it's yellow. Yeah, drag this down a bit more. And this will be more to the red. Deep pink. If I drag this all the way down. What colour is it? Purple. Okay, so all that up in this part. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a colour which I want it to change to. I could just make it change. Or if I clear the keyframes, put it back to 0.8, and if I put the saturation to 0, how about that? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go one frame back, set the saturation to 0, like so. And then back up to 1 frame back up to 1 like this. So now if we go here, and if we render this image, it may take a while because my computer's slowing down because of how long I've been recording for. I think I've been recording for about an hour. Yeah, 1 hour 12 minutes. Yeah, see, now we have this. I'm just gonna render this image back so it's okay. Yep. Now we're gonna add a filter and set it to Kirsch. And you see, if we put it to about 0.4, you see it has this really nice sort of cool effect. Maybe a bit less. 0.2. Yeah, put this to 0. Nothing happens. So 1 frame back. I'm going to set this to 0.3 and then let it wear off. So put this to 0. It says. So it goes up and then down. So now we're going to add a texture. So we're just going to add clouds. So now if we add a displace texture, which I believe is the clouds. So if we put both of these to 60, see what that's like. Oh, what we're going to do is put an alpha over, and then connect this to here, this over to there, this to that. So we have this. Yeah. 75. Let's see what that's like. Ow. Just 75. Yeah. This is 0. Yeah, we're going to go 2 keyframes back. Keep both these. 75, 60. I'm going to let this wear off. So now if you see, we have a nice displace on this beat. Okay. I'm actually going to render, not animation, that's by accident. Okay. I'm going to render this image just to show. Okay. Yep, that's good. So now I am going to, what was I going to do? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to group this CC. So now, okay, now we're going to do this sort of ghost effect thing. I'll show you what it looks like. So if we add an alpha over and a scale, if you put this to about 1.5 and this to 0.5, you'll see what it looks like when it composites it. You see? It's like a really cool ghost effect thing. So I'm actually going to do it here. So I'm going to go back to this keyframe here. I'm going to set a keyframe for all of them. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to put this to 0.5. And we're going to leave this for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, not 10 frames. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go 5 frames. Oh, no, it is 10 frames. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.5. 15 and back to 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so add this final keyframe. You're going to set the size to 1.7, the scale to 1.7. So if we go to about here, you'll see that I've got a ghost effect where the yeah, here we go. I think I should not put the scale so high though. I think I should put this to 1.5. So put it like this. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's good. And just to make it all neater, I'm going to also group this and just say ghost. Drag this there, and drag this next to it, and drag this there. So I'm actually going to make this. Yeah. Actually no, there's no point in doing that. Alright, now I'm also going to, I know I'm grouping a lot of stuff, but I'm going to put this as well. I'm going to call it this place. It just makes everything a lot neater when you group it all. So, yeah, that's why I'm doing all this. Drag this to there. And I'm also going to group all of this and just call it BG. Oh, this needs to be in the, this needs to be in there as well. Oh, whatever. BG. Yep, drag this over here. Drag this as so. Like this. Okay, now we have this. And we're going to add one final thing. You see, when it gets to this section over here, when it goes like this, we're going to make the screen go black. So up here, we're going to set the height, a keyframe. Then we're going to put this to 0.3. See how high that is. Put it to 0.35. Okay, and I'm going to go to this keyframe and I'm going to put it to 0. So there we go. And see, now it's going to be a black screen. If it loads, there we go. So I'm going to put it back to here, just to, so we can see the text. So I'm thinking if there's anything else that would be good to add, but I think that's it. So wait, we also need to add a fade out. So I'm going to put this to the beginning, set the height and the width to 0, go for a bit, and then, so I've gone 26 frames, so pretty much a second from the start, and added the fade in. Okay, oh yeah, I had one more thing which I would wanted to add. So so drag this over. Actually no, make it a lot easier if we go like this. So we're going to add an alpha over, add a directional blur, like so. And we're going to Shift D and drag it across to make two of them. Connect this here, like so. So now we're going to make this into the dope sheet, like so. So one frame before this, and we're going to set the spin keyframes and angle keyframes, I believe. So one frame forward, put the spin to put this to -2. Now I don't think it's angle, I think it's something else. Yeah, I think it's must be distance. I believe it's distance. Here's keyframe, and just put this 0.2. No. I forgot what it was. That was it. Okay, yeah. 0.01. 0.01, and this is -0.01. So I want to set these, copy paste these to all of the, so Shift D, to all of the sync beats. I'm going to go to the end frame, put this all to 0, and actually we're going to go to put this to there and put this to 0, 0, 0, and 0. So yeah, and then we're going to sync blur. Like so. Okay, so now we've done everything. Everything's completely finished. We have nothing else that we need to do. No more effects that we need to add. This is a pretty good beginner's intro if you're a beginner. So yeah, the output, you want to select an output. I'm on Mac, so the output would be different to Windows. I'm not quite sure what the output is for Windows, but if you're a Mac user, you just select folder. You can just, with the output thing, you can just select folder. This is my intros folder, where all my intros go, but this is just, the output is just, you output it to a folder. But I believe if you're on Windows, you do H.264. But if you're on Mac, like me, you do QuickTime, PNG, and then Apple Lossless 44.1. But I don't know about Windows. You'll have to ask. Sorry, I'm just moving around in my chair. You'll have to ask someone who makes intros in Windows about the output, because I'm not sure, because obviously I have Mac and I've never used Windows. So yeah, give it a final save and you just render. Just hit this big animation button. But what you can do is to improve render times, you can put this to 256. So if we go to like here, you see how big it renders, like so. See? And if you have a good PC, it will render quite fast. Like this is rendering 11 seconds per frame. But I'm using a 5-year-old MacBook Air, so if you actually have a good PC, it'll render fast. Yeah, this has been a 1 hour 25 minute tutorial, but yeah. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something new. And yeah, see you next time, I guess. Bye.